What's going on, everybody? It's your boy McFly, and we back with another video, baby. Let's go. So y'all know what it is. It's been a very busy week in the world of fighting games, and y'all know this. One of the major things is they dropped Blitzcrank right before they got ready to do their close/open beta for 2XKO, and he's been going crazy. And the devs decided to do a breakdown of it. Now, we'll find out if any of the stuff that I said is true as we watch the devs break it down. But I remember telling you guys that there was a card council in there. I know for a fact I saw him do the Lariat startup and then cancel that and go into a I think it's called a trash compactor, his big slam, like a spinning power driver. I know I saw a card council in there. And I definitely saw that he had a dash that OTG'd. So I know I saw a lot of things in this. And I heard his Cinco swing goes into a crossover. So it's a lot of things that I know that I saw in the trailer and that I said to you guys that I'm pretty sure these devs are going to back me up on. I have not watched the video yet. I do not know what the devs are going to say. We are watching it for the first time together because I wanted to make sure that I saw the things that I saw. And I wanted you guys to be like, okay, so he do know what he's talking about. So bear with me on this one, but we're going to watch this one together. It's 11 minutes. It's a long one, but y'all know what it is. We enjoy them. So let's get into it. But first and foremost, remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Those likes and those subscriptions go a long way towards helping out the community and helping out streamers. So please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel for more content. With no further ado, let's get to it.
My name is Caroline, and I am the champion designer on Blitzcrank. And with me, we have...
I'm Alex. I'm the lead champion designer on 2XKO.
Blitzcrank is a champion that we knew from the beginning that we really wanted to have in our game.
We knew Blitz was going to be our first true grappler in the game. Just look at those hands.
Yeah, they're ready. They're ready for that command grab. Blitzcrank is from Zon. They were kind of designed to clean up after all the sump and all of the waste that's all around there. So we actually named a lot of their moves after that. When thinking about designing a grappler in 2XKO, usually grapplers are really slow and that, Blitzcrank doesn't quite move the fastest. You see it takes them a little while to get from one end of the screen to the other.
You'll get there a little bit.
But the place that Blitzcrank really wants to be is up close. This is the desired position for a Blitzcrank player to be. And we have this big beefy command grab. It's actually on a one-button input. So we hold down and we press S2 and we get garbage collection. You can see how much damage that did. Did more than a quarter of Jinx's life. The counterplay to this is to jump. And so even if you were jumping...
This is one of the things that I am worried about with this game, is that as much as they tell us the ranges for things and so on and so forth, and I know a lot of things about this game from the times that I've had to play it and so on and so forth. I'm worried like that since this game does not have motion inputs at all, how simplistic is it going to be, and how well is it going to cater to the originals of the fight game community, who, for us, those modern controls don't rub all of us the right way. Me myself, I teeter the fence on the motion controls myself. Just me, I teeter the fence on it. And what I mean by that is, for me, I don't mind the modern controls if that is the way to play the game. But if you give me the option to use motions, DP, Fireball, Tatsu, if you give me the option, I'm gonna choose motion every time. I'm just used to it. So I wonder how. I mean, I know a lot of people in the community have already said that they didn't have a problem migrating over. Sonic didn't have a problem migrating over. Him and Leffen did amazing. Jay Wong didn't. Justin didn't. So, and then Max didn't have an issue with it or anything like that. So I really I really want to see how it works for the rest of the community. But I know a lot of us old school players would probably choose motion over modern. So, but one button SPD, that's crazy.
Thing I could also jump and command grab. Blitzcrank kind of cheats a little bit, where they have a special that will actually bring the opponent right next to them. These rocket grabs are on Blitzcrank's S1 specials. They have the ability to pull you in on hit or on block. So even if you block this, I'll be able to bring you into this grapple zone. And if you're continuing to block, then I would just grab you out of that spot, and we're put into the same position again. You might notice that the rocket grab has this follow-up into an uppercut, and this is actually inspired by the League of Legends QE combo. And even if you are jumping in the air, I will be able to yoink you from the air. And even if I'm on the ground and you're in the air, I can restand you back into this position right in front of Blitz, right in your face. With down as one, air.
Forget about the air purifier. The fact that I told you all that the mix up that you're gonna be able to build off of that rocket grab. The fact that it's still plus on block, you still have advantage on block. If a person blocks it and you pull them in, you still have advantage, which means you can go into combo or you can go into SPD. It's insane. It's insane.
Purifier. Blitzcrank pulls them out of the air and kind of pulls them in right next to their side, so you can even call your assist to continue the combo. Or you can do this kind of guaranteed input where Blitzcrank will switch sides and put them into roundabouts. You might notice this bar at the bottom here with a little puff. What Blitz does here is they can start spinning their arm to generate steam, and the steam kind of converts into this electricity, and that empowers their special moves in unique ways that actually help them with their next interaction.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to y'all about when I was telling y'all about his steam mechanic and so on and so forth, and how it gives him armor on SPD, and it also gives him armor on rocket punch. Rocket grab. I think he gets armor on rocket grab and armor on SPD. Now, the thing that I didn't know, I didn't know, how long the bar was or if it decreases and stuff like that. I don't remember any of that from when I played them. So this is interesting. But yeah, this is the steam mechanic I was talking about.
And Blitzcrank holds on to the steam when tagged out. You can charge a little bit, tag out, and then come back and actually finish the charge. It stops the decaying from happening as well.
Oh, that's gonna be
Basically,
crazy.
what happens is Blitzcrank gets empowered.
I get to hold that steam.
Let's take a look at the S1 rocket grab. What this does is it comes out a little bit faster, and then it blasts through, and then you get a little combo at the end. So the other things that you get from Steam are all of Blitzcrank's down S2 command grabs will actually have one hit of armor. If you hold down S2, Blitzcrank is
it was one hit. That I didn't know if it was one or two hits of armor.
And they're actually armored through the whole time that they are doing this when they have Steam. So I'm gonna just run at you, and then you can try to jab me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta do this, the classic.
Yeah. The jump in.
Times a game. It's like, I got this.
It's like, oh, and don't worry, I can hit this robot. The other ways that Blitzcrank can gain steam are through some of their S2 specials. Probably one of my favorite moves is called the Wrecking Ball, and it's their Air S2. Blitzcrank turns into a little wrecking ball, and you gain steam with each hit of it, including the little flip out that they do here.
Now that I did not know. I did not know he gained steam from certain moves. I knew that you could charge up the steam through the arm windup, but I didn't know that you can gain steam through that. Oh man, that Wrecking Ball Cinco move is it's gonna go stupid. Like it's that's gonna be in a lot of combos.
A lot of combo depth in sort of picking where you're optimizing for damage or meter gain or steam gain or spending your steam to get that extra damage. We don't want Blitz to be like too brainy a character, right? It's more about knowing your opponent than it is about like knowing and feeling different routes that you have to use differently in every situation. So plenty of optimization you can take on if you want to.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff just works and works pretty intuitively.
Other ways to get Blitzcrank into kind of a stronger state to give you a bit more advantage for the next move is the S2 Rocket Punch. And so I can punch through the projectiles, and then I can actually cancel that into a rocket grab. So on hit, on block, I can kind of do a little 1-2 punch, and pulled them in. One way that we wanted to add some more of a hands feel for our grappler mains in our game was to kind of add in some extra tech. And one way that we did that is by adding in a car cancel. It's a little subtle, but
See? Told y'all.
Here is taking the forward S2 spinning turbine and
Car cancel, I told you.
Into the crouch S2 garbage collection. And
okay, so for all those people who don't know what a card council is out there that's watching this video, a card council is where you take the movement of one move and... Okay, so for SPD, you got to be within a certain range for the hitbox to connect in order for you to SPD. But everybody knows that you want to get within that range, right? So dashing in doesn't work. You're going to eat a fireball or whatever. Or a person's gonna jab out. Jumping in doesn't work. DP, anti-air, standing antis, so on and so forth. Or just backdash, whatever the case may be. Or forward dash based on how close you jump in. Now forward dash and I get a crossover. So due to the fact of that, there are certain characters, because he's not the first character with a card council. And what a card council does is it eats that space in between you and your opponent, so that they can't figure out what you're doing, so that you can get close enough and do whatever move it is you want to do. For a lot of people who need an example, Sagat in Street Fighter 4, I think it was. Sagat in Street Fighter 4 had a card cancel. He had a forward heavy that allowed him to step forward. And what it is on the actual step, once the step is over and he's moved forward, you just cancel out into Tiger Uppercut. So it allowed you to move forward with your Tiger Uppercut as opposed to you having to wait for a person to come to you or wait to DP or whatever the case may be, or wait for an option. You can trigger forward heavy kick, and then in the movement when he steps forward, you just cancel into Tiger Uppercut. So essentially what they did is you trigger Lariat and he steps forward with Lariat, and then right in that step before the Lariat animation goes 100%, you cancel out into SPD.
What that does is it gives Blitzcrank a little bit of an extra boost. So if I'm over here and I'm like, oh, I just whipped that grab.
I feel so safe.
You are so safe. But if I added in the forward S2 momentum and add that momentum to the grab, then I can suddenly close that distance and grab Jinx out of the corner. One interesting thing here is that even when you are doing the car cancel version of garbage collection, it actually changes the name to prompt disposal because it's faster. But it maintains the armor from the steam. So if I were to do this and like Jinx were to try to hit me during it, then I would actually keep that armor. You might be wondering, can I continue the step into the running version of this? And you actually can't. So you're kind of opting into whether or not you want to calculate the perfect distance versus the slower version, which will guarantee, but it takes a lot longer to get there.
So there's like an execution test and kind of an awareness test, understanding your space.
Exactly. The better you know your champion, the better that you'll be able to execute these.
Oh, and it's called a card council because kara means empty. So it's saying the empty space council. Kara is Japanese for empty. So empty space cancel. But one thing that I'm noticing about this game and who this game is made for, and this is why I said what I said initially about I wonder how the OGs and the old heads of the FGC are going to handle the modern controls, is that you could tell who this game is made for. Yeah, this game is made in a way with the modern controls to where anybody can play, right? And anybody can get in and they can have fun within their bracket. Within your bracket, you can have fun. If you're a casual player, within that casual bracket, you'll have fun. If you're a fighting game player who plays games with his friends and friends only, you'll have fun within that bracket. But the moment you step out of that bracket and you step into high level play of people who know what Oki is, card cancels, a Chicago punish, you know what I'm saying, and things like that, the moment you step into that realm, that's when you find out who this game is really made for. because no casual player would have known that that was a card cancel. No casual player would have picked up on that lariat cancel into SPD. No casual player is going to pick up on an OTG or what he has that sets up for Oki, or the fact that he's advantage on block on his rocket grab, which can lead to a mix. Nobody will, figure out that dash in, then dash back, shimmy, rocket grab. While you got steam, you get stunned, and then you can go right into combo, like things like that. And the fact that they're using these terms in this dev breakdown, that shows you that this game is, you can tell who this game is made for. A card council, people don't even, man, that's another level of fighting game. Chicago Punish. Oh, and for people who don't know what a Chicago Punish is, a Chicago Punish is where, like, let's say somebody DPs and they miss, and you just kind of catch a brain fart, and you don't do the best punish to get out the most damage. You kind of brain fart, and then you just go for a throw on the way down after DP. That's a Chicago Punish, because you had an opportunity to do some high level damage, and instead of doing that, you chose to grab. So, yeah, there you go.
Your opponent's kind of starting to predict that you're going to do the run grab and then they parry it, you can just fake them out. And then I just go into the steam charge, and now I got free steam while she was parrying. Busy posing.
And you can just backdash out of that if you want.
Yes. Right? I can cancel out of the steam charge, and it will give me that little boost. Like, it gives me about 10%. Each time that I go into it. And so if I just got really good at backdash canceling, then I could just stay pretty safe, stay pretty far back, and get that full bar of steam, and then capitalize on it. Yeah.
And that's another place where we see some of the fancier combos, right? People getting the wall bounce, doing a little bit of a steam charge in there.
That was the OTG off of that dash
it's
right
so
there.
Cool. To round out Blitzcrank's kit, we've
That's
got
insane.
supers as well.
Hold on.
Steam charge in there.
Watch this.
Get that full bar of steam, and then capitalize. Then I could just stay pretty safe, stay pretty far back, and get that full bar of steam, and then capitalize on it.
I'm gonna slow it down to half so that y'all can see where I was saying he got a dash OTG. Right here, boom. Get the wall bounce, dash, boom. Right into the little sit. That's OTG. That's crazy.
It's so cool. To round out Blitzcrank's kit, we've got supers as well. We have two supers on Blitzcrank's kit. One is kind of what we use mostly for combo enders, the S1 Super Helping Hand. And you can hit this OTG off the ground, and you can also deal.
See the phrases they using? OTG off the ground. Like, a lot of people don't know those terms. Like, super casuals don't know those terms.
You can tell by the spinning arm.
Thanks for blocking here. Then,
That's crazy. You get a full bar of steam off of that. But that's actually good, because it gives you another way to build steam outside of winding up or comboing into it. So that's actually not a bad thing.
A giant electrical field around them, and because I have steam, I can also hold the S2 button to spend that extra steam. Blitzcrank is the only champion in our game so far with a command grab ultimate. So they are invincible on startup, and it will grab them. And so even if they're blocking, you'll be able to go into this ultimate.
Crazy work.
Because it's a command grab, and because it's active on frame 0.
After the super freeze.
Exactly, yeah. And so the way to defend against this, because you can't block it, is to jump. And so if the opponent's already in the air, then I wouldn't be able to get this. I can't grab them and get punished for it because I made that decision. Yeah. So you might be like, oh, Blitzcrank is a support character. What is their assist like? What happens when you have them on the back line instead of on the front line? So Blitzcrank has rocket grabs as their assists as well. They have the kind of rounded rocket grab that pulls the opponent in, and they also have an air rocket grab that pulls them in from the air, and it actually causes a restand. which is pretty scary. So
That is.
if I were, let's say, doing an RA combo here, and then I just kind of, I can pull them back and can now continue my combo, or I can pull them back and mix
crazy.
them up, or even if I were
Nah, the
to
restand
just
is
jump
crazy
over them,
on a-
call rack
on a
grab,
tag.
I now have them in a sandwich situation where I can mix them up left and right.
Blitz basically just puts the opponent where you want them, and as a teammate, that's kind of even stronger, right?
I guess it's kind of a double-edged sword though, because let's say you don't have that kind of synergy with your partner, and I'm like doing my little combo here, and then they pull them, or let's say Blitzcrank pulls them out of an air combo while I don't want them to, then you might want to communicate ahead of time, like I'm gonna go for the grab, be ready for it. I don't want to mess up your combo. And so
Everybody
it's really
playing
good
leverless.
teammate development.
I don't type well enough to play leverless.
Yeah.
Blitzcrank, as a support character, I'm wondering who Blitzcrank pairs really well with. So Blitz, because they
Animal.
want to kind of gain that steam, other support characters are actually surprisingly good teammates. I have Ari on my team right now, but let's say we have Braum on the team. Braum would be able to create that shield. Even Yasuo would be able to come in with a wind wall assist, and then Blitzcrank can safely gather steam that way. So that's more for like, if I want to optimize for resource. Even with using Ari as a mid shield and then I charge steam and then tag, you'd be able to do that. But Blitzcrank, because they want to get in, Ari calling the assist, getting in, and then now I'm in a perfect situation to also be in that grapple zone.
Yeah, it feels like almost every archetype works really well for Blitz because one way or another, they either get them the ability to build steam, so Blitz can bring you to them,
Right.
or they make a projectile or a hitbox so the Blitz can make their way in on their own.
It's kind of funny because I also designed Lawi. Lawi is another example of a slower champion, and they work well together because if Lawi has her tentacles out, then the command grabs just happen to put them into a situation where they get grabbed again by the tentacles. Blitzcrank is also really interesting to use with these sidekick views. Sidekick views is when you are controlling one point, they have a bigger health bar, they have more super meter. What you have are access to the assists from your secondary character. And so what Blitzcrank does here is allows you to reposition your opponent in ways that other characters in our game can't really do. You'd also be able to use their super assist to just get that extra hitbox on the screen to finish off your opponent.
Yeah, and Sidekick's really nice when you're trying to learn a new character, for example. You don't have to be thinking about two characters at once. You get to focus all your energy on, say, learning Ari, and then you've just got Blitz there to come with whoever you're trying to learn, just to bring him in and make life a little bit more fun.
Yeah, so that's Blitzcrank. You can play Blitzcrank during closed beta. If you playtested before, no need to register again. Otherwise, you can sign up at play2xko.com.
Have fun. Don't get grabbed.
Or do.
So what did we learn? Two things that we learned. One, we learned that this game is made for everybody. And that's one of the things that I do remember Tom and Tony saying that they wanted to do when they were making this game. It's been years, right? We've been talking about this game for like 5 years or more. So this game has been in development for a very long time. So what did we learn? We learned that the game is made for everybody. The fact that you're implementing card councils, OTGs, Oki, mix up, all of these things that fighting game enthusiasts and people really a part of the community, the things that they would know into the game, and you're mentioning them in your dev breakdown. You made the game for them, for high level play. But then you also made the game with the modern controls and simple combos by just pressing one button and getting a 4-hit combo with a special at the end. You also made it for newbies too. So we learned the game is for everybody. And the other thing that we learned is that, damn it, on day one, every team is gonna have a goddamn Blitzcrank in it. Every team is gonna have a goddamn Blitzcrank. It's gonna be Echo Blitzcrank, Ari Blitzcrank, freaking Darius Crank. That's just what it's gonna be. It's what it's gonna be. And if they come out with a mode where you can have mirror characters, it's gonna be Blitzcrank and Blitzcrank. He is that good of a character. Like, of all the character releases for 2XKO, this is the only character that I have not heard any negative feedback about. Everybody has something to say about Vi. what they said mostly was her ultimate. Like everybody hates the way that ultimate looks, which it is really shown from a very bad perspective. And I really think if they have the opportunity at some point, they should redesign her ult. I'm not a big fan of it either. The angle that they decided to try to show it from, I know what they were trying to do, but it doesn't work. It's just it doesn't look good. So everybody had that was the biggest issue with Vi. But other than that, Vi is just kind of basic. She's your basic boxer. Sway in, sway out, get in close, high level, high combo ability, things like that. Basic. Alawi though. I think Alawi was a different type of drop, and everybody liked Alawi. But people had their drawbacks on that, her speed and stuff like that, and the same thing with Braum and everything, and all of that. You had a mixture, but I have not heard anything negative about Blitzcrank, which lets me know that he's going to be a character that's going to be in most teams. So there you all have it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this breakdown and enjoyed the fact of knowing that I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking this game stuff. Man, I really hope that a lot of I hope that all of you all can get into the beta, because I would love to see you guys on there. Remember, man, y'all can always find me on all of my platforms, Steams and Twitches and everything under @McFly. Just send me a friend request. Follow me when I'm holding a tournament day or a day where I'm having free play with you guys. Feel free to jump on in for fight night, man, and enjoy the rounds. Outside of that, remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And as always, live young, stay fly. I'm